wherever you are in the world. Good day, good people, good day, and welcome to Wow, Wish Only Well Live television show where I am your host, SherVonne Grose, marriage and family therapist, inspirational coach, and motivational speaker. It's Wednesday, guys. It is a wonderful Wednesday indeed, right? And you know what we do on Wednesdays? We wow. And by wow, I mean to wish only well all across the world. Listen, before I even tell you guys about my awesome guest who is already backstage, ready to come out and get this conversation going, it's going to be a hot topic, a hot conversation. But before I do justice by properly introducing her, I have to give a shout out to my husband, Reginald Gross. Tomorrow, guys, we will be married for a total of 21 years. So we will be celebrating our anniversary on tomorrow. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, my love. 21 years of marriage. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, hey, not only do I have the experience in terms of education, but also the life experience of being married for 21 years. But listen, guys, so enough about me. Tonight is all about my special guest who is coming to us live to share on the topic of HOT, and we're going to get into some truth talking. So, listen, before I do that, guys, you know how we do it. We have to properly introduce our guest. And so we're going to do just that. So let me tell you who's backstage and ready to come out to get this conversation started. My special guest today is none other than my dear colleague, Tavara Franklin, licensed professional counselor. Tavara specializes in CBT and reality therapy. She provides a therapeutic journey for individuals, families, and couples to discover their truth and live a transparent, unapologetic life as their authentic selves. Savara's expertise is in assisting mothers and adolescent female who are experiencing anxiety or depression as they navigate through their daily lives. She provides a non judgmental, safe space with every turn down their road of healing while remaining HOT. Listen, guys, without further ado, let me welcome to the Wild Wish Only Well Live television show my colleague and dear friend, Tavara Franklin. Hi,
I
Tavara.
always
Listen,
giggle when you introduce me.
I know, right? It feels good to just listen at some of the things that you got going on because sometimes we don't slow down long enough, right? To
Mhm.
actually embrace what it is that we're doing, right? And so,
Right.
yeah, so sometimes when you come on the show and you hear someone you read your bio, and then you're thinking like, dang, I'm really getting down. I'm really doing
Oh, you
something.
be like, that's me.
Yes, 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 yes. So,
Good.
what's been
Good.
going on in your world?
Oh man, so much happening. I want to say the last time we've been on the show together
Mhm.
it's been since I want to say either the end of January or the beginning of
Yes.
February, somewhere in between
I
there.
think it was the end of January because you were like one of my first guests. I started in January was the very first time, and you were one
Oh,
of my first. Yes,
oh my
and yes,
gosh.
and you were so awesome that just from Facebook Live alone, because this is actual TV show, and
Yes.
it broadcasts beyond Facebook. So the views that you see when I post it is just from Facebook, right?
Yes.
So just from Facebook alone, your show amassed like over 5,000 views. I think it was
That's
like
crazy.
5.4, five point
That's
three,
crazy.
but
That's
it's been the highest. No one has topped that yet, Tabara.
wow. Wow. That's crazy. Isn't that a blessing?
So that means people have really tuned into what it was that you had to say. So it's a
Absolutely.
blessing to have you back here, and hopefully you can bless just as many or more
Mhm.
people than you did the last time with what it is that you had to say. It probably stems from the fact that you're HOT, and I purposely didn't say what HOT meant as I read uh, your bio.
Yes.
Yeah, because I wanted you to share with the viewers, if you would, what HOT stands for.
Absolutely. So again, thank you, Siobhan. It's always a fun time being on the show with you and just being in person with you. You're so vibrant and you're just so bubbly, and I just love it. I just love individuals like that because it brings out that side of me. I've always loved that side of me, and it's just,
Mhm.
it's just a joy. I love it here.
Well,
So
thank you. Thank you.
I love it. So again, yes, my name is Tavara Franklin, licensed professional counselor, and I am the owner of Healing Grounds Therapy and Wellness Center LLC that is located on the south side of Georgia in Jonesboro, Georgia, where we are cultivating hope and healing back into your lives through honesty, openness, and transparency. That is what HOT means, okay? Um, like SherVonne said, I have an expertise in cognitive behavior therapy, that's CBT, goodness, as well as reality therapy and solution focused therapy. And I focus all of that attention with female adolescents from the ages of 13 and up, as well as women and mothers. That is my niche there. That is where I love, I breathe, I eat. I just love that. And
Yeah.
just help them navigate life, especially those with challenges with anxiety and depression. That is my area of expertise in that. So hot. When you said that you didn't mention it, I was like, oh, she's gonna make me kind of explain. And I don't mind, I love it. I
Yeah.
tell people, when I came up with hot, it was a place where I really thought about like my own representation,
Mm-hmm.
things that I value, the things that I love and dear the most. If I ask myself this, and this is a therapeutic question that I ask even my clients,
Mm-hmm.
fundamentally your relationship with self as well as relationship with others. If you had nothing else in this world, if
Mm-hmm.
you had these things,
Yeah.
this was like your bread and butter, your air.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you absolutely cannot live without?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, openness, transparency was one of them. It stems from just a place of authenticity. Authenticity was a thing that I struggled with for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
up until I was like mid in college. I struggled with a lot of imposter syndrome. I struggle with anxiety. I still have challenges with anxiety. Her name is Annie. That's what I name her. If you ever have sessions with me and we are, learning how to cope with anxiety, one of the first things I'm going to ask you to do is come on, let's think about the personality of your anxiety. Let's
Mm-hmm.
think about, what's how you want to name it. Or it, he, she, her, I don't know, whatever, whatever you identify that as. And so Annie, was, running my life for a second. She still, act like she want to run it, but I
Yeah.
tell her, get behind me, okay?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so with my anxiety, it really altered my insight on being authentic most of the
Mm-hmm.
time. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I came up with high, honest, open, and transparent, I was just like, these are the principles I feel as though in order for me to be able to be authentic,
Yeah.
I need to be honest with myself. I need to be able to be open with myself, and I need to be very transparent. I mean, get butterball naked with myself, not
Yeah.
physically. Sometimes
Yeah. Right. Right.
but mentally, emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
get comfortable with those.
Yeah.
One of the things that I talk to my clients about, the very first thing I tell my clients is, when you are comfortable in your hotness, your
Yeah.
honest, open, and transparent
I
self,
love it. Yeah.
you experience a couple of things. One, you find yourself being bold. You find yourself not only, when I mean by bold, you experiencing things, you're saying things and
Mhm.
doing things like you never thought you'd be saying and doing before.
Right.
These are good things, these
Yeah.
you're taking power and control over yourself, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you're taking emotional risks. That's what I say. Those are
Mm-hmm.
emotional risks.
Love
Um,
it.
and then secondly, you find yourself being a lot more authentic.
Mhm.
Again, that's the basis of being honest, open, and transparent. You find your true footing in your authenticity, because when you are authentic, we have these representatives that, just like to hide out or, kind of pop
Mhm.
out, for whatever many different
Sure.
reasons. and that does nothing for our healing journey. Healing is a path where you're constantly doing that until you take your last breath, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so with that, sometimes our representatives get in the way of our healing journey. But when you're comfortable in your hotness, you're comfortable with your authentic self.
You're right. You're
And
right.
lastly, when you are being comfortable with your authentic, what your hotness, you be unapologetic for who you are
Mhm.
and your truth.
Mhm.
Because oftentimes we like to overly apologize about
Say
things,
that.
or we just
Mhm.
apologize,
Mhm.
period. And sometimes we don't know why we apologizing.
Exactly. That's true. So
Like,
true. Yeah, that's
90% of
true.
the time, for real.
Mhm.
We don't even know why we're apologizing. But when you're on that type of cycle,
Mhm.
what you tend to you learn or you realize is that you create this mantra of I don't matter and my truth does not matter. So now
Mhm.
guess what I'm experiencing? I'm experiencing some anxiety when I come out here. I'm stepping out
Mhm.
here. I'm experiencing some kind of depression because I feel like I'm trapped and I can't get out, and I'm afraid
Mhm.
to show myself, because if I show myself, then people may not like me, things of that nature. So when you are comfortable in your hotness, all of that come to fruition, and that's exactly what I see in all of my clients who experience a true positive healing journey.
Awesome. That's just beautiful. Just, even, with you explaining exactly the acronym for what it is, because in order for you to get on your healing, journey, you do have to be those things. You have to have a willingness. So, people come to therapy sometimes and they're not ready. And I don't mind telling people that they're not ready for therapy, because you're not ready if you can't be those three things, right? If
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
ready, and I mean, I know you got to get to that point, but you have to be open to being truthful about the matter and the issues. And sometimes I
yeah.
get it, because sometimes clients are just like, I don't really know what is going on. But that's your honesty at that point. If you really don't know what's going on, then you really don't know what's going on. And we break it down. So I get that, but for the most part, you have some people that come in and I would say this, not so much on the individual level, but a lot of
Yeah.
times when you have couples that come, right? Because
Mhm.
you got most of the time you got one partner that's more motivated than the other partner, and so
Absolutely.
they're not quite ready to be they're not ready for that hotness, they're not ready to
Mhm.
get there. And
It's a
so
defense,
yeah,
they see it as a threat.
yes, exactly. And so I love that. I've always loved that from the moment that I connected with you and heard you use that and break it down again. I know you were on the show and we talked about it. You did both shows. You did the TV show. Then we
Mhm.
turned right around and did the radio show
Yeah, yeah.
too. But I mean, we could just go on and on. You can always have conversation about this, and I think that um, it's so needed at this particular period of time, because people are just experiencing so much. And with social media, we tend to there's a facade that we hide behind. People have a real issue with being authentic, with being truthful,
Mhm.
because a lot of times social media causes us to not be real in our experiences and what really is going on with our lives. So we hide behind that. And sometimes
Yeah,
that keeps us from reaching out and getting the help that we need, because we've put out there that we got life all figured out and everything is just great. My marriage is great.
mhm,
My children are well behaved. I eat at
yeah,
all the finest restaurant and I drive the best car and live in the biggest houses. And the reality is a lot of people are struggling. They're having issues, one way or the other, where it's spiritual, emotional,
mhm.
physical, financially, somewhere there are some issues that may be going on that we don't want other people to know. We don't want to walk in our hotness or
Yeah.
to explore that. Yeah.
SherVonne, like, while you're saying that, what popped in my mind is I remember, like, scrolling on social media one day, and a few times actually, and I seen like where people are like they would not share that happy side, but
Mm-hmm.
they share a struggle, or they share a picture of them just like, not in the best space. And I would see so many ugly comments.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, wow, like, is this, is this where how we is this what social media should be about?
Mm-hmm.
Um, social media, it's great to show off those, those success, those accomplishments.
Yes.
But
Right.
it's it should be a space where, I could share, if you're privileged to that, if I think you're privileged to that, because there
Right.
is a difference.
Yes.
Some of the things that I'm going through, and I will want your support, just like you're supporting me when I'm at my highest.
Yeah.
And I just thought that it was so, disheartening
Mm-hmm.
to see that a lot of people, well, not a lot, but I'm just, just people that are in the chats, say so ugly things about, this vulnerable, transparent moment that this person is putting out there.
Mm-hmm.
But but that's just my little tangent on that little piece. I do see, other people uplifting, you know,
Yeah, for
they're in those
sure.
events and whatnot. But I do believe that, it should be a space not where I not only, show you how I'm doing as far as, my success, but I also should be able to be safe enough to show you, to reach out for help,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's my opinion on that.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing all of the good pieces, like you said, all of the successes and all of the positive things that come out of us, those things being actually done. But what I'm just saying is don't hide behind those things or allow those things to keep you from getting help if
Yeah,
you need help. Because hear me, I'm not saying that everybody who live in a fine house or drive a fine car or tote the finest bag that they have issues like and
right.
that they need to see a therapist. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that social media has created this space where people are not really being their authentic selves, and
Well, they only
because of that,
glamorize this stuff.
yes, and because of that, it brings a lot of shame and a lot of doubt, discouragement, and it kind of sometimes people are discouraged from getting
Yeah.
the help that they really need, right? Or asking for that help because you've presented something totally different than what is actually going on. That's what I mean by that. So I wanted to make sure I clarify that, or you and I will be getting those ugly comments on the bottom.
I
But hey,
know. They'll be like, "We was that," and I'm like, "That's not what we were saying,
that's not
guys.
what we were saying.
It's
But
okay. It's okay."
But hey, I always say bring it on because I feel like I can back up, whatever it is that I say,
Mm-hmm.
or I can explain it in a way to maybe you don't get the point of what I'm saying, but anyway, it's I can make sure that I provide some factual information. But anyway, just wanted to
Yes.
put that disclaimer out there in case somebody, do want to bring it this way. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, girl. So yeah, so listen, something else that's important. I know that you talk a lot. Well, first of all, before we even get into talking about trust, right, which is
Mm-hmm.
one of the key ingredients
Ooh,
for any relationship. It's
man,
a
all relationships.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. So, but well, let's just go on because that's so. Yeah, let's just have a conversation about that. I was gonna go into discussing like how you keep it all together. Like you're a mom, you're an entrepreneur because you've already said that, and
Uh,
you're putting on all of these wonderful workshops that I've seen
Talk about it.
tailored, yeah, toward for men, for mothers. I
Mhm.
mean, you've done a number, and you have one coming up, which we'll share information about that.
Yes.
And these workshops are very affordable. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but I think sometimes people think we put on these workshops because we are we're gonna get rich for putting on a workshop. But the price that we're giving this to you, it barely covers the expenses that we have to put out to
Yes.
even put these on. It's our way of giving back and truly
God,
being able
say
to.
that one more time.
Yeah,
Say that one more time.
yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. First, let me just put it to you like this: we're not getting rich off of these workshops. That now we should be, because the information is vital, but
Yes.
we are geared toward more of wanting to help people really be the best version of themselves, for people to really embrace that mental health is something that is real and that they can get help for. We know that you struggle with, in being a parent. There are so many things that you struggle with, but yeah, so we make these workshops affordable.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying how long they're going to be affordable, because at some point in time, we may decide that we
That's
want to
gonna go
pay
up.
for our intellectual property too. And so, but at this time, where we are in this stage in our life, at this very moment,
Yeah.
we are giving it to you, basically practically free, really, if you think about it like that. Because when we take out whatever, we don't have anything left that we're compensated for, but we've put out. And I don't think people understand how that actually affect, because we're giving out to people, we're pouring out to people. And I think that that is so underestimated and undervalued.
Yes, yes. So you to answer your question, as a mom, as a therapist, as a business owner, how do I how do I maintain it all? And I have to say a couple of things to that. One being my faith.
Mhm.
Um
Sure.
I have to acknowledge that there's a higher power, that
Mhm.
is best to, that's driving this vehicle, y'all.
Yes.
Okay. There is a
Say that.
higher power that's driving this vehicle. Now, okay. Do I should I make sure I am honoring this vehicle that has been given to me? Absolutely.
Mhm.
So, how do I honor it? I want to say the biggest decision that my husband ever came up with. Shout out to my husband, Terrence Franklin. I love you,
Shout
baby.
out, Terrence. All
Um,
right.
uh, was, he came up with self care days.
Oh, I love that.
And, my husband knows that I will go, 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 go
Like
until,
most women, right?
thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Like most women, you
Mm-hmm.
know, just because I'm therapist doesn't mean that I'm
We're
perfect.
exempt.
There's a lot of things that people need to know about therapists and therapy. They're in that space. There isn't perfection. And the person that you're speaking with is not perfect. Okay.
Right. For
I'm
sure.
human first and
Yeah.
foremost. Before I'm
Yeah.
a therapist, before I'm a
Mm-hmm.
mom,
Mm-hmm.
before I'm a wife, I'm a human.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an individual. So when he came up with those self-care days, he was just like, Tavara, you just be going, we doing this here, you know. And so I was like, all right, okay, I'm excited, yeah. And so I have to constantly, remind he has to remind me, and I have to remind myself that these days are there ingrained in it. He has days, I have days, and then we have days together as a couple and as a family.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that's me taking my day, to make sure that I am present with myself, to be present for other people, because as therapists, we see a lot of people, we help a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people. And
Mm-hmm.
I am no good to anybody
Say
if this
that.
vessel
Say
is
that.
is not doing the things that I need to do,
Yeah.
that I'm encouraged to do, that I am ordered to do in
Mm-hmm.
order to make sure I help out this individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he came up with these self-care days, and that's where I would say how I'm doing it, through my faith, through the help of my husband, my support. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gosh, I just have to my team, like me and my husband, we took a vacation. It was our honeymoon. I never had a honeymoon until now. We've been
Oh,
married 5 years.
not too late. Not too late.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's never too late. So we took our honeymoon, and it took everything in my being to really unplug. That is how much it really takes for me to, like, just, you know, not be in that space of, like, just going, 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 going,
Yeah.
and so it was amazing. So I have to say, like, making sure I have my support, making sure that my faith is in check to really do the things that I do, and that's how I'm able to do it.
Wow, just amazing. And
Yeah.
I can see that being like for you because you're high energy. You're
Yes.
high energy like all the time.
Always.
So when you're high, yeah. So when you're high energy like that, it does take a moment. And I can identify with that because my oldest sister is the same way. And
Yeah.
so it's hard for her to unplug. And she goes a bit more than anybody else, like you, because of the level of the intensity of the energy that you guys have. I
And
want some of it. I want some of it because I do want
have
to.
some.
I want to be like that Energizer bunny that just keeps going and going and going. So yes, girl, listen, time always goes so fast when we're having fun. So tell us about trust because you have a workshop, I believe, or
I do.
seminar or something that is going to be coming up. So let's jump into conversation about that because we have about 4 minutes left.
Ooh, okay. So listen, let's talk about trust real quick. Okay. What is the foundation? Most of the time, everybody's foundation, where I was talking about, foundation, just some of the things that are most important to me, relationship with myself and relationship with others. I said honesty, openness, and transparency, which equates to authenticity. But also, along with those nuggets comes trust for a lot of people, you know. And so, what is the main thing that people trust, that people struggle with? They struggle with trust.
Mhm.
They struggle with the idea of, placing some kind of faith or placing some kind of dependability or something in another. Our ideal or our relationship with trust began with who? Our parents. And so when that has been, shaken up or whatnot,
Mhm.
guess what? Our worldview has been shaken up, and now we're having to navigate, like, how do I go about, trusting people? Um,
Mhm.
or if maybe, let's say you had the some great parents
Mhm.
who hasn't violated your trust, but you got into some situations that
Mhm.
really challenged that. So now
Mhm.
my worldview is what? Shaken up.
Taken again, right?
And so, or maybe I don't trust myself. Let's talk about that. You know,
Whoa.
we can
Yeah.
talk, we can talk so much about how I don't trust somebody else, but a lot of people walk around not knowing how to trust thyself.
Mhm.
And so this workshop is all about how to navigate those challenges and how to rebuild trust in self, trust in your relationship with others, either your intimate relationships or your family relationships. Okay. And so there's this thing about trust where people didn't know that there's a it's not in the DSM, but I came across it. There's an actual phobia for fear of trusting, and it's called pisthanthrophobia.
Mhm.
That is the fear of actually trusting another person intimately. um
Mhm.
and intimately, it does not mean romantic. I
Right.
really
Exactly. Say that.
you know
Yes.
say that. Okay, it does not mean romantic. It can be just like what me and SherVonne is doing right now.
Mhm.
This is an
Right.
intimate setting.
Right.
And so it means the experience of the relationship with that person.
Mhm.
And so sometimes people fear of that vulnerability. And so I'm here on November 5th from 12 to 2:30 virtually, y'all, to give you
Wow.
those nuggets on how to really gain more of confidence and trust. There's a lot of good reasons on why to trust. And I'm going to tell you those reasons in the workshop. I'm going to give you some insight on how to navigate those things. $30, y'all.
Wow.
$30. We spent $30, more than $30 on our hair, nails. We spent $30 on a lunch.
Yes.
Dinner.
Mhm.
So this, guess what? This investment is something that's going to be with you for a lifetime.
Yes.
A lifetime. So
Mhm.
why not, go ahead and join. I'm going to make sure that in the comments, that there's a link where you can be able to, sign up for the November 5th webinar of the trust workshop. Is called Because Trust is Hard to Do. And
Wow.
so that link is bit.ly/, all caps, trust now. Okay. Hey, sister. So that is bit.ly / all caps, trust now. And so I want to be able to, I actually want to do a giveaway, SherVonne. Do we have time for that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do a
Because
giveaway.
like SherVonne said, I this workshop, when we put on these workshop, a lot of therapists, including myself, we are about trying to get the message out. Yes, we will need to make a living, because we have mouths to feed. I
Right.
have two small
Exactly.
babies,
Exactly.
who is 5 and soon to be 3.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, they grown.
they get supported, right? Um,
Right.
but at the same time, the message is also equally important. And so
Yes.
I want to be able to do a giveaway for those. So how would you want to do this giveaway? I didn't even think that part through, SherVonne. I was gonna let you handle that part.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea. You can surprise me with this one. Come
Okay.
on, we got two beautiful brains. I know we can come up with something.
Well, I was thinking the first person who will direct message SherVonne,
Okay.
on Elevation Network, okay, TV network. I don't I'm not I think they normally can direct message you,
They can
or
direct.
they can direct message you.
Hmm.
Okay. So the first person to direct message SherVonne and say I'm in, that's the code word, I'm in, um to SherVonne, then they
They
can be
can, or you want them to drop it in the chat.
they can drop it in the chat. Let's do it like that.
They can drop it in the chat if they're
Drop it in
on
the
social
chat.
media.
If
They
you're
can
on
drop it.
live
They can
now,
drop
the
that
first
in the
person who to say I'm in, will be the person to be able to get their healing access seat for November 5th. Because trust is hard to do. Justina Washington. I see it.
chat.
All right, Justina Washington, you got it. You got it. So you're gonna get your healing seat. I see that she put in trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. That is my favorite scripture. I promise you. First and foremost, yes, absolutely. Lean not on your own understanding, because sometimes as humans, we can be a little faulty. But we're going to learn how to be more confident and trusting with ourselves and trusting our own understanding. But we also got to have faith in doing that, and that's going to be with whomever higher power you believe in, right? And so, Justina, you are the winner. Please make sure you direct message me, Tavara Franklin, on Facebook, with your email address, and you'll be able to get your healing access seat for November 5th from 12 to 2:30. Because trust is hard to do. And those who are interested, I am encouraging you to attend the trust workshop. Even if you cannot attend, guess what? You can do a couple of things. You can gift it
Ah,
to someone. We always have people who say, "Well, Tavara, I can't afford it.
yeah.
Um, how can I get in?" Well, guess what? Your gift, your sponsorship gets them in for their healing access seat. Or if you really, really cannot attend, but you really want to attend, guess what? This session is actually recorded. And so you'll still be able to get access to it. And not gonna be as lit as the live one, but you
Yeah.
get access to the recording at the same price, $30, y'all. So please make sure you go onto the link. SherVonne is gonna drop it in the chat, as well as on our own personal pages, professional
Mhm.
pages, where you can be able to follow us. How you could be able to follow me, Tavara? That's the question. How can I follow you? You
Yes.
follow me on Facebook. That is at Healing Grounds Therapy and Wellness Center. You can also follow me on Instagram. That is at Healing Grounds with the S underscore therapy. And in both of those, there's a link where you can be able to click on to obtain your healing access seat. Okay. So please make sure you like, share, gift, do everything that you can to be able to gain this lifetime knowledge on how to be more confident and trusting.
Wow, there you go. You heard it right here on Wow, Wish Only Well Live television show with your host, SherVonne Grose, and my special guest and dear colleague, Tavara Franklin, right? We kept it hot, baby. Honest,
Yes,
open, and transparent, right? And so,
that's
listen,
it.
join Tavara on November the 5th for her workshop. It is a virtual workshop. It is an experience, but it's also, you will walk away with knowledge of knowing how to be a better person, how to have a better relationship, because you're able to relate not only with others in terms of trust, but with yourself as well. So I absolutely love it. So listen, guys, don't forget to follow Tavara on her Instagram and Facebook. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And that is all of our time for tonight. So we wish you all wish you all well as we close out the show. You know how we do it. We wish only well all across the world. So that's it, guys. So take care and don't forget to keep it hot.
That's right.